Hi friends, my name is Josh Mettle with Fairway Independent Mortgage, and I'm here with Sam Robinson. Sam, thanks for hanging out with me today.
Happy to be here.
And Sam just went through one of the most flawless home purchase transactions that I have ever seen. It literally could not have gone any better in my opinion. It was much smoother than my first home purchase. And I thought, maybe we should analyze this. And so we're going to call this, analysis of a flawless home purchase. And I just wanted Sam to uncork the story of how buying a home turned out for him and what his planning process was, in the hopes that we can help educate others to have a flawless home purchase like Sam. So Sam, you didn't decide on a Thursday to buy a house and get in a realtor's car on Friday and write an offer that night, right? It was a bit of a process. So walk us through what you did to prepare.
Right. So about 6 months before I knew I wanted to purchase a home, I started kind of getting ready, making sure my credit profile looked good, making sure I had enough in savings, and I started building up my savings a ton and putting pretty much anything I didn't need into savings. Good.
And I think you had told me that you pulled your credit before because you realized, hey, a 720 score is going to get a better rate than a 700 score. So walk us through that process of what you did to kind of juice your credit before you wrote your offer.
Right. So I had gotten auto loans previously this year, so I knew that my credit was not in the greatest state that I wanted it to be in. No issues on credit. Just didn't know how to use credit cards and stuff like that to really boost my score.
They don't teach that in like high school or college.
Not at all. Not at all. Kind of mad at my parents now. So you can actually go online to the bureau's websites. Okay. I think we did maybe Experian or Equifax. I don't remember. And you can pull a free credit profile. It doesn't give you any scores. It just kind of tells you what is on your credit. The balance is reporting and the payments reporting. Cool. And so I kind of looked at that and kind of started formulating a game plan. I knew I wanted to get another credit card on my credit with a higher limit, and kind of start planning towards a strategy to increase my score.
Great. And so I think you said that you started that in August. And what month did you close on your house?
February 1st.
February 1st. So about 6 months ahead, juice the savings, go in and analyze where your credit score is. If you know it's not an 800, then we might as well start working on things.
Right.
And some of that advice was open up a new account, make sure the balances are in the correct zones. You really learned how the credit bureaus are analyzing credit and worked that angle.
Absolutely. I think the biggest part was I figured out what days they actually reported every month to what days the creditor reported to the bureaus every month. So that way I could set up reminders on my phone and really control what the bureaus are seeing.
That's a new idea, right? Control what the credit card company is reporting to the bureaus, right, to use the system to your advantage.
Right.
That's great. Okay, so you're cruising along. You're saving, you're juicing your credit score, and what was the next successful action that you think that you took that made a difference?
From there, I kind of started talking to you about loan options and down payment requirements, what kind of payments I can expect, and kind of get a general price range going, and started on the pre-approval process.
So you filled out the client questionnaire. We really got all of the data into our loan system, and we started looking at, all right, backing into a payment. If I want a payment in this range with this amount of down payment, what loan programs are going to work for you?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And this would have been what month?
I think it was middle of December.
Yeah. Okay.
When we started going that route.
Perfect. Okay. And then from there, how did you, and then we got you pre-approved.
Right.
So you had a pre-approval letter, and again, people's definitions of pre-approval letters vary greatly. you're good. Or, hey, and in your case, you had income from different sources, meaning bonus and stuff like that.
Right.
So we got a full verification of employment. We had the credit report at that point. We ran automated underwriting. If there was anything funky in the profile, we would have submitted to our in-house underwriter. I think that that step of really going through a thorough credit and income approval so that once you find a house, we can move fast. I think that's a crucial step there.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then how did you go about finding a house? What were the tools that you used?
You guys gave me the Home Scout, which is absolutely awesome. I mean, so we started talking back in probably September, maybe a little earlier.
It was just a dream.
And yeah, right. And that's when I really kind of got my hands on Home Scout. I kind of, with my wife and I, we kind of just started glancing and just kind of figure out what kind of price range we wanted to end up in. Just kind of, getting our feet wet type of stuff. And then we really didn't start aggressively looking until we got the pre-approval going and stuff like that.
Just out of curiosity on Home Scout, were you both looking?
It was mostly me, and then I'd show her the ones I liked.
You liked, okay. And were you, did you go in and save your search so that you were getting an email notification anytime something hit the MLS?
Yeah, that was probably the best part of my day was getting a little email notification I don't know how instant it is, but it felt like it was within an hour or two of the MLS listing hitting.
Yeah.
That was always one of my favorite emails to get.
Yeah. What I think is so cool about that is you can let that app, the Home Scout app, educate you on the market without you having to remember every day to go in and update your search, because that kind of gets tedious, right?
Right.
But that save function enables you to draw a parameter, put your search criteria in, you hit save, and then every time it'll show you obviously what's listed today, but if at 5 o'clock something new hits, it's gonna then send you that email. I'm in that process of house hunting and I'm doing the same thing, and it's awesome. It's a cool tool.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you started the education phase on where's the market, where are prices in September-ish. So you had about 4 months of watching the market. And just curious, did you notice any trends during that period of time? Was there anything that...
No, not really. It all seemed pretty safe to me. Obviously, it slowed down a ton. Probably the beginning of December is when it really started slowing down. I didn't see as many homes coming up.
Homes on the market. And then walk us through the process of, okay, you're now educated on the market, savings are going up, credit score is going up. Now, when did you make the decision, okay, it's time to engage a realtor and to, go actually see some houses?
It was mostly just as soon as possible. When I knew I had enough in savings that I could do a nice down payment. Perfect. And I knew my credit was getting up there. A lot of these credit companies they'll allow you to see your, I don't know what kind of score it's based on, but it's not completely accurate score as far as mortgage scores go, but it allows you to see it every week. Gave you a trend at least. It shows you when it's increasing. So I knew once it kind of jumped 20, 30 points, I knew it's got to be as good as it's going to get anytime soon. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then walk us through, once you started working with the realtor, what were some of the things that you think that helped you get a home under contract and close quickly? Really just going back to Home Scout and being able to quickly see new homes that were coming up. I could quickly take a screenshot, send it to my realtor, and we could try to get into the house to schedule a showing and then hopefully make an offer. So did you find the house that you ended up buying with Home Scout? Yeah. You found it first? Okay, yeah. Perfect. And then you reached out to your realtor and said, hey, this might be one. Let's go look at it. Were there multiple offers on it? This one, I think we made the first offer, but they did mention there were a couple offers coming in afterwards. Cool. And they ended up going with ours. Nice. So why do you think that is? What do you think about the way your offer was structured might have been enticing to the seller? Honestly, I think it was probably the realtor. I knew it was listed fairly high. I remember our realtor called the listing agent and kind of was talking to them like, hey, there's no way it's going to appraise for this much. We're not we're gonna offer you this. This is why. I think it was the clear communication between my realtor and their realtor, and kind of setting them up and explaining exactly why we are offering what we're offering. I think it kind of came to the listing agent in a good light, and kind of made us more trusting and more experienced.
Softened them up a little bit, but didn't take a confrontational approach.
Right.
Yeah, I think having a good realtor who can have a conversation like that,
Absolutely,
and not be offensive can go a long ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then from the day you wrote your offer, how long was it till closing? And just briefly tell us about how that went for you.
Went great. Our contract we had a settlement deadline of 30 days, which I was kind of pushing for like 20 or something. But our realtor was like, no, let's give them a chance to move out, because they were still in the home, the seller was. And then started the loan process. I got you guys all my documents, and which at that point there really wasn't anything. It was just like my driver's license, a new pay stub, and stuff like that. And then we ended up getting initial approval, and I was excited to get that because I thought maybe there'd be more things for me to do, because I was getting bored. I wanted to do something. I feel like I was doing something to help the process, but I just couldn't do anything about it. And that was crazy fast. I think it was within 3 or 4 days we got that first underwriting approval, and that was pretty much just all we needed at that point was the appraisal to be finished. And then I think we were clear to close and ready to go, I think a week later.
Wow, awesome. And you ended up moving up your closing a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. We were scheduled to close, I think, the 13th of February, and we ended up closing on the 1st of February.
Awesome.
So almost 2 weeks early.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Really cool milestone. I remember buying my first house, and it was a year and a half of getting in my realtor's Cadillac and driving around and seeing houses. And I didn't have the ability to search for homes, and so I'd have a weekend, I'd go look for a couple homes, then I'd get frustrated or bored, and then I'd go find another one. And
Right.
and I'm just really glad that you guys had a great experience. Congratulations on your new house.
Thank you.
And anything else you want to share?
No, I don't think so.
All right, man. Well, thanks. It was a pleasure.
Thanks.
So thanks for spending a few minutes and listening to Sam's story. It was a lot of fun working with him. We love working with first-time home buyers and guiding them through the process. I'd also love to share the Home Scout app with you. It is the only real estate app that I'm aware of that has 100% access to every MLS in the United States. It gives you the ability to search for a home exactly like a realtor would search for a home with that live access. What a lot of people don't realize, and I didn't realize for a long time, is that Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, these companies are media companies, not real estate companies. And because they are not real estate companies, they don't have those direct feeds into the MLS systems. So that means they're not getting all of the listings. It means the listings that they're getting are often on delay. And in the seminar that I attended, where they compared an actual MLS to what was on Zillow, 47% of the information was erroneous, dated, not accurate or complete. So this is an app that Sam used successfully. I'm currently using and love, and we'd love you to take a look at it. And if there's anything else we can do, we're here. We'd love to hear from you, and honored to help you with your new home.